What's up in Happy Mental Push-Up Monday, baby? We here. If this is your first time joining, my name is Andrea Fitzgerald. I'm an author and a speaker, and also a person really obsessed with personal growth and development. So each week we get in the gym and we do our mental push-ups, because the most challenging and rewarding work that we will ever do is on ourselves. So today, friends, we are going to talk about the best thing that ever happened to me. So do you know that it's been 3 years since I've written the Rookie's Playbook? And I'm so excited about that. I can't even believe it. But I was talking to my sister recently, and something she said, do you realize how amazing it is that you've written a book? And honestly, it's really no big deal to me, y'all. I mean, I know it should be, but it really isn't. It's like, write a book. I said I was going to do it, that's it. But as I was thinking about that, writing the Rookie's Playbook did not start the very first day I decided to do it. It started way back in 7th grade. And in 7th grade, I tried out. It was my first time trying out for the school basketball team, and y'all, I didn't make it. I did not. And I remember walking back from from looking at the list, because I looked at the list like 3, 4, 5 times. My name still went on there. And I remember I had the big gulp walking back to my room. I was about to cry. You know, I really was. And then in 8th grade, I tried out for the AU team. They were the best team in the city. Got cut. And I remember I was devastated. I cried to my mom that I was like, oh, I should have made that team. I couldn't believe it. Yep, but I did. I got cut, and I was devastated by that. And it felt like the worst thing to me, because I felt like I deserved to be there in that moment. But you know what? I think that honestly, when I reflect back on my life, I think that those 2 moments are probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Well, why, Fitz? Because of those moments, because I didn't necessarily come equipped with the tools of what would be a great basketball player, tall. I mean, I was athletic, but I wasn't like tall. I wasn't the most skilled or anything like that. It gave me an underdog mentality. And when an underdog mentality, I mean that I'm willing to put in the work. I don't believe that you have to be the most talented. I don't believe any of that. I think that because of those moments, a lot of times, I think that sometimes we can get caught up in what's not possible. I don't believe in that. I believe that if you have something in your mind, it can happen. Like, I'm living proof of that. My whole life is living proof of that. They said I was too short, I couldn't shoot. I earned scholarship. When I applied to be a math coach, they said, oh, we've already hired everybody. But I was very persistent, and I said, I think I can do this job. And I ended up getting the job, you know. And so even like writing the book, you have to have the tenacity to keep going. Even if you look at the data and they say what's not possible, you still have to believe even when no one else sees it, right? And so I recognize, when I think about that, even though I thought that was the worst thing that ever happened to me, not making those basketball teams, it gave me the mentality to set me up to be able to write a book. It gave me the mentality to say, you know what, I'm going to be a speaker. I know it's not ideal. Maybe it's not a 9 to 5, but this is what I'm going to do. Or I'm going to start a business. Or I'm going to be multi-passionate. Or I'm going to start a t-shirt brand. Or I'm going to do this. Like, literally, because of those 2 moments, it set me up for my entire life. And so my message to you today is, yes, you may have moments in your life like that. Like, if you think about it right now, the worst things that you thought in that moment were, you say, oh, this is the worst thing that happened to me. I guarantee you, it transformed you into who you were called to be on this planet. And so you may be in a moment like that now. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so horrible. How could this be? Listen, trust the process. It is transforming you to who you need to be on your journey, you know, and it will prepare you for something greater later. Even if you don't see it right now, you just got to trust the process and know that. So that's my message for today. That's the mental push-up, y'all. It may feel like the worst thing, but it's probably the best thing for you. You may not see it right now. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Get out there this week and do those mental push-ups. If this video added some value, share, subscribe, like, all of that. And as you go out this week, I want you to keep that rookie state of mind. Well, what's that? Remember that the level up is in the losses. Problems are a privilege. And yes, you might be new to this idea, new to this concept, but I know you're true to this because you're in this very moment. And I believe in each one of you. So get out there this week. Let's do those mental push-ups. And y'all already know I'm out.